It's the Godwinson Live News Alert. Whole gamut of topics tonight. Where to even begin? We've got everything on the table and more. And as we all know, the man responsible for putting all of this together is Shamoo! Shamoo! All right, let's just begin with something, our moment of Zen, because I don't think we'll have time to cover a moment of Zen. So we'll get this at the top of the show first. So our moment of Zen is...
I love women. I think that they're terrific. Men bore me. I think that men are just stupid. Okay? Probably because, when I'm talking to most men, I know what they're thinking or what they're going to say, 3 steps before they say it. So it's just no fun to be talking to a guy. But a woman...
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I mean, she's just a complete surprise. And I'm not talking about, sexually attractive women between the ages of 20 and 27. I'm talking any woman, a 3-year-old girl.
What?
Some
Wait a minute.
young thing, some older middle-aged woman, some elderly lady. They are all fascinating to me because they're all so surprising. The way that they think, their priorities. Guys, they're simple. Women, it's not that they're a mystery. It's that they're a constant surprise, as far as I'm concerned, right? That's why I love women, right? But I recognize the truth about women. Women are like dogs. Now, what do I mean?
Woof.
You have to treat them like you would treat a dog. Firmly. See? A woman does not respond to insecurity. A woman despises insecurity and responds to weakness with a snarl, just like a dog. You ever go up to a dog and you're afraid of the dog and the dog senses it and the dog gets up and smells the fear coming off at you and starts barking at you and snarling at you and showing its teeth and it's pissed off at you and doesn't like you, right? Like a woman. You go up to some, 23-year-old hottie, right? And you're like all insecure and tentative, like, I'm sorry, hi, can I get you a drink? I just want to be friends, please don't bite me. And what's that woman gonna do? She's gonna snarl at you. She's gonna look at you like, ew, creepy, ew, rough. Right? That's what she's gonna do.
That's what she's gonna do. Yeah! So, on our moments of Zen, women are like dogs. You gotta treat them firmly, or you'll walk up to them and they'll snarl at you and try and chew a bone or something. So, this segment is called Previous Ethos of the Sector. The Sewer Queens, the Parade of the Sewer Queens, you can call this segment. We're powering through tonight, there's a fucking shit ton to get through. Previous Sewer Queens of the Sector. Rand's wife. Rand's wife. Once upon a time, she ruled the sector. As in her place, basically. Sewer Queen. Sewer Queens rise up. Siege Thought. Once upon a time, it was Siege Thought. It's Queen of the Sector. And what happened to Siege Thought? Well, Siege Thought got doxed. It's pretty tough for Siege Thought. Siege Thought's got like a black friend or something. It got tough for Siege Thought. But I recall Siege Thought's heyday, don't you? I recall when Siege Thought was really queen of the world, when nothing could take her down. Just like Rand's wife used to be at one point. When nothing could take her down. Siege Thought. I'm going to enjoy this one. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah? Sure.
random person watches my stream and no. No. It's me trolling on Blab. Yeah. Yeah, I'm literally laughing with her.
Siege thought sewer queen of yesteryear, just like Rand's wife. Siege thought sewer queen of yesteryear. Hamberly, T-Clips, Clip Minion, whatever you want to call it. I prefer to call it Pig myself. Once upon a time, sewer queen. Sewer queen, describing itself as a maid or maiden. Queen of the sewer. There's been a great many of them. A great lineage. There she is, looking true to form. Beluga Lee itself. Man the harpoons, folks. Sewer queens. We'll stay on this one because she was the longest reigning of all, let's be honest. With a big man hand there. Decide to make videos introducing the clips on like a Frozen deepfake filter or some shit. You can't deepfake those hands, you fucking nasty, nasty bitch. Sewer queens, folks. Sewer queens rise up. Remember this one? Bit esoteric, this one. Esoteric sewer queen. Anyone can identify that one, you're on a win. Alright, this one. Queen of the sewer. I remember, so you don't have to. Previous queens of the sector, folks. Do you remember? Do you recall? Because I do. It seems like it's never ending. Never fucking ending. This was like Knoxville sewer queen. Thought it was hot shit having pine cones stuck up its bottom. I remember it, so you don't have to. Now, I'll give you a quick TLDR of the sewer queen's time here in this sector. Pig who was forced to have an abortion from a stuttering retard. Meanwhile, in Knoxville... There we go. And that's a summary of this sewer queen's reign. It's quite an ignominious reign, quite frankly. She actually abdicated. She abdicated the throne and got an OnlyFans. And is literally doing this on OnlyFans now. Have you seen my dignity and shame? Not in there either. So what happened to Kirsten? Her courtiers, her Knights of the Realm composed Andy Warski and Gator. But right, this Queen of the Realm, folks. Oft-seen Queen of the Realm. Barely seen Queen of the Realm, but still probably the best Queen of the Realm there is, right, frankly. It's Juice's mum. Hard fuck, you better believe it. Juice's mum, previous Queen of the Sector. And she's still with us in spirit. And her son says, I drench my sorrows in masturbation so often that it becomes too hard to get off to heterosexual intercourse. For the sole purpose of reproduction. I swear to God I want to kill and rape as many as I can before getting gunned down by SWAT. It's previous sewer queens, folks. Now, why is this relevant? Why are we doing this one? Because they never learn, do they, folks? These sewer queens. They always estimate their own fucking worth. They always seem to forget that their presence here is merely fleeting before we move on to the next one. But it still don't stop the retardation, the stupidity, and quite frankly, the autism. You ready? Shamu!
Hi. I've got my contact lens fluid. Sorry, I can't see. I'm blind. The internet working, so that's good. Usually, that's a problem. It isn't today. I'm waiting for...
Let's claim this bitch as Scout once and for all and move on to the next fucking arc, shall we? After this, no more. After this, it's fucking finished. I could not give two fucks about what happens to this cunt.
Hello. I feel like... Is it... Are we working? If only I was here to see Elena dressed up. I decided to make an effort, because apparently...
She decides to make an effort, by the way.
For wearing a hoodie.
Yeah, play that again.
Dressed up. I decided to make an effort.
Big effort. Big effort there, eh?
Apparently, I get bullied.
You might even call that a sort of 5 out of 10 for effort, eh? A 5 out, a middling, a mid rating for effort there.
Not wearing a hoodie this stream. Hello. It is me. I didn't hear Shaggy's comment. I wasn't watching. I just
Basic
forget about it.
as fuck.
Right, okay, I'm not gonna read chat, because I'm not gonna get through this stream if I read chat. I will not get through this. So, we're gonna do this.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do
Q&A
this.
at the end.
We're gonna do
Because
this.
otherwise, I am not gonna get through anything. Because I get distracted by chat. And this is a known fact. So, let's get into it. Thank you, Ham. I wore the cat is, yeah. So we're gonna start. We're gonna do this properly. We're gonna have a list of things that I'm gonna go through. Because without a plan, this never seems to work. Hello.
It never
Hello,
will
chat.
work.
And everyone complains. Hello, Damo.
Simpmo in chat. Oh, what a surprise.
Okay.
Let's kill them all. Bye, brother.
Let's start off with what the fuck just happened. I have a lot of bones to pick with people. A lot of people I am mad at. And okay, first of all,
Come on, spit it out.
Ninja didn't win anything.
Well, he bodied
Ninja
you,
didn't
you
win
stupid
fucking
bitch.
shit.
He genuinely
If
did.
you've been keeping up to date with the Godwinson Ninja thingy, Ninja didn't fucking do anything. He was in a position in which Godwinson had essentially set him up so that he couldn't lose.
What
Because
do you mean?
when someone is in control of who comes on a fucking
Spark.
Discord call, Godwinson could just cut the other person off, which is what he was doing. So, in true IBS style, I believe personally that to win, something has to conclude. And it can't be a third party concluding...
Is she retarded? None of this ever concludes.
Okay?
It's all just
I
one
think
long
it's
Discord
perfectly
call
fine
interrupted
to let
by
Ninja
sleep,
have it
isn't
out with
it?
people
When does it ever end,
without
folks?
needing interference.
You must have played the whole...
I'm not
You must
saying
have allowed
that
that stream to go on for 3 days.
I could have
Come
probably
on.
performed better, so I could have
Get a grip,
like
Elaine.
19 people in that fucking stream list of calls. By the way, don't ban anyone until I say. Sorry, I just feel like I should get that out there before it happens. Anyway, for example, I feel like when I went on when I went on call with Ninja,
You were shit.
there was no proper IBS because it was cut off before I could actually say anything.
It was cut off before she could actually say anything. Stupid bitch spoke for 45 minutes, going over the same old shit about its deep fakes, tangentially referring every single topic in conversation to Juice Moon. And then it concluded with her rating Juice Moon's looks and saying he was attractive. There was enough of a say there for me to quite aptly finish you, to say goodbye. Let's end this fucking shit. But 45 minutes, she wasn't even allowed to make a peace.
A lot of people are like, oh, well, Ninja walked all over you. Ninja
He did.
Didn't have a fucking retort to anything I fucking said.
Well, I mean, he did though, didn't he, Lane? I mean, he did. Because what Ninja said was you find Josh Moon handsome. And you lied and said, no, you didn't. And then Ninja said, well, you carved his name into your legs. And then you said, Josh Moon was a 5 out of 10, which is extremely generous. And thus ended all of your arguments. So he did walk all over you. Cha-cha-cha-cha!
Because at the end of the day, I feel like I was making some very valid points. I feel like we need to talk about Ninja, we need to talk about Plate Gang, and we need to talk about some of the other people who consider themselves to be owning other people or having W's. Because a lot of these people, they are not having W's. They are having coincidences, and they are being helped. Because often in these scenarios, the other party won't let that person talk.
I mean, look, it's a cope, but this isn't the whole fucking show, so don't worry. This is just the last, this is the final capstone. This is the finish, the finale to this Sewer Queen's arc. Because never again will we ever hear from this Sewer Queen. She'll go back to the, I mean, who even hears from Siege Thought anymore? Or Aid Zero? Or Tachi? Or any of the others? They just literally drop into the void once we stop covering them. And that's the fate that you've chosen, you fool. So, Elaine says that we should have allowed her to just keep talking forever on a loop. Talking about Juice Moon when it was a Dark Ninja show. Just a stupid retard.
First of all, Ninja's retort is what he claims to hate that Plate Gang do. Dark Ninja, he fucking is always going on about how Plate Gang, they bring up this, and this that's out of context. They're bringing up all of this shit from like years ago that has no context to him now. And it's like, Ninja, the thing that you continuously brought up in your like 2 minutes of IBS with me was like the either deepfakes or revenge porn or whatever the fuck people want to call it. And it's like, in my opinion, isn't that what he says that he hates people doing to him? Because
Stupid
I don't
mental
understand
gymnastics.
why
He doesn't
this
understand
fucking
shit.
happens.
Doesn't get
I
it.
don't get it.
Doesn't get it
I
at all.
don't get why people think it's an own to be like, you got groomed. Like, there are nudes of you on the internet that were released non-consensually.
I mean, you keep rephrasing the issue. The fact is, and I told you this right from the very beginning, Elaine, no amount of Men in Black style, putting your sunglasses on and pressing the laser beam is going to make us all forget what you did. Your calling card from now until the end of eternity is the fact that there's a mega review full of crazy shit. The most egregious one isn't even you nude, really. It's you carving Josh's name into your legs like a crazy bitch. And the other one's you pissing yourself. That's not revenge porn. That's you being a retard. And, you know what? You willingly chose to engage in this sector when you knew it would literally be your calling card. You could have easily fucked off and heeded all of the warnings. You instead chose to continue being a stupid bitch. And at every point that anyone brings up the fact that you're most famous for your most famous thing, because you've done nothing of note since, you go full ham craziness and start calling everyone evil pedophiles. You are of age. You're a crazy, crazy cunt, Elaine, whose only two thoughts in her head are deepfakes and Juice Moon. You're mentally ill.
It isn't a situation in which it's like Keffals. And Keffals uploaded their fart porn on fucking OnlyFans. And then, whatever, 2 years later, Kiwi Farms found it. And now Keffals wants it off.
This mental gymnastics always amazes me.
A lot of the time, the people that are complaining about revenge porn are people that didn't release it themselves, okay? This isn't a situation in which I had a woman moment and hit upload on stuff of myself that I wanted everyone to see. If I thought everyone would see that, I would have fucking...
You know what, Elaine? You did click upload. You literally actively set your phone to stream live you pissing yourself on a bed, doing crazy shit, starfishing all over the place, and carving Josh's name. You did that proactive action. You did it to strangers that were recording you and then put it in a mega. If you can't live with that, then maybe it's time to log off. You can't live with with the fact that everyone's seen it, everyone knows what you did, and everyone will always bring it up, regardless of what you do. It is literally your calling card on the internet. And you did it. No one else forced you to do that. But what you serve as, perfectly, is an example for other women to follow. You can be that beacon of light to stop other women from doing the retarded things that you have done. Unfortunately, you will not survive this one. Unfortunately, you will be gone with the wind. But perhaps you can save the others. Perhaps you and your retardation will be enough of a model in society to stop other people from being Elaine's. You will be a cautionary tale, Elaine. And that is your purpose. It is not a purpose of yours to be in any way, shape or form entertaining, worthwhile, valued. I mean, what are you really? Apart from like some lunatic that thinks about Josh Moon every 5 seconds. Josh Moon, by the way, fat pedophile.
Streamed it. So, I don't really understand, exactly. Whoever said getting groomed or revenge porn isn't an L, sexual abuses aren't based. Exactly. So the first thing I want to talk about is all of the long list of people in this fucking sector who seem to be, like, pro-sexual harassment. And
I mean, it's always this reframing of the issue, isn't it? It's always this reframing of the issue. The fact that we constantly bring up your retarded actions isn't sexual harassment, Elaine. What it is content. That's what it is. And if you didn't like it and you don't like it, fuck off. Off you go. I guarantee you, without your presence constantly fulfilling the fact that you're in the sector, no one will give a shit to bring you up ever again. Literally. Once you leave and stop posting on 7 sock accounts, no one will recall. No one will remember, oh, remember that lunatic who carved Josh's name into her legs? That will be literally the epitaph. There'll be nothing else. Nothing at all. Maybe someone will recall that you pissed yourself as well. But aside from that, that'll be it. But this is the sewer, the sector, Elaine. How many times have you got to be told what this is and what's going on here? You will never, ever, ever be any sort of major player here, purely because you lack any sort of talent. That's the real reality of things. You will be a notable footnote on whomever's fuck list that you happen to attain. Whether it be Ralph, whether it be Juice, whether it be simp number 5. That's literally who you'll be. And everyone will go, that's nasty, bruh. What do you mean? Oh, look at this mega. And then that'll be it. That is you. That is your life. And that is all that will remain of you once you're long gone.
This is a woman problem. I don't think this is a
it's a you problem.
evil women thing. I think this is just the anti-sexual harassment regarding anyone.
It's a retard constantly reframing the issue because she doesn't like the answer. What a shot.
I agree with Damo. Now, here's the thing. I like Godwinson. I think his content is good.
Your opinion
He's
is
very
meaningless.
entertaining. He has showmanship, which I don't have.
I know I do. Yeah, and you don't have it.
Cat is to make up for it.
The only way that you're a showman, and the only way that you display your showmanship, is by taking your clothes off and doing perverse, crazy acts. That is literally the height of your showmanship, and it's truly fucking bottom tier. It's basic. It's basic. And let's be real, you've not done anything of note since then. Where's the lie?
But the one thing that I didn't feel was necessary, that I feel like really massively fucks up his argument, or his fucking, don't sweep people, please, his, whatever, stance against me, is the need to continuously bring up stuff like the starfish, and the cussing thing, I get it, because that was sort of like a clear the air on that content stream. Do we need to continuously make references to, like, my vagina, or my body, or, like, the content? Do we need to do that?
It's not, I mean, when do we ever say anything other than, that is fucked? For real. No one's forgetting, Elaine, what you've done. And those pictures are nasty. When you're doing your starfish, you look like a 90-year-old woman, blown out. You look disgusting, quite frankly. Everything about you literally looks disgusting. You are a repellent, vile human being. No one's having any sexual desires over what you're putting out there, unfortunately. You are literally like, you are something that people use as a meme to go, That's what it is. You know, there's no harassment at play, no matter how much you try to reframe that issue.
Is that necessary to the argument? Is that ever necessary?
Well, until you present an argument, Elaine, that's all that will be shown.
With someone, been like, whoa, what if I bring up a time they were sexually abused? That will own them. I don't think that owns anyone apart from, like, the person saying it. I mean, technically you're just outing yourself as, like, a rapist. Or, like,
baffling.
A sex pest. Well done. Bringing Dark Ninja onto stream.
Now this is the most rich. This is actually why we're cutting this promo. This is the most rich thing I've ever fucking heard. This is real rich. So listen to this bitch go.
The reason that I think it was entertaining, but it's going down a very weird path, because the problem with bringing people like Dark Ninja,
like Elaine,
is that Godwinson is now, you know, his audience, or his content is centered around a very sort of bottom tier, dingy part of this sector.
Yeah, like you. Remember, like a month ago, when you were last month's Dark Ninja, Elaine, and everyone was saying the same thing about you, you stupid fool.
Most people wouldn't wanna interact with. For example, Plate Gang. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some people who are smart. There are some people who are competent. Zoom is pretty competent. Mr. E is pretty competent.
Who is this person to judge anyone's
people that are
competency
decent.
or intelligence? This person literally streams itself. It seems like every week there's some sort of Tourette's Elaine nudes just being sent. It's like she's never stopping. This weird exhibitionist who's carving Josh's name into her legs. Trying to sue PayPal. Eating flowers. A complete whack job. It seems like... I mean, is this really any judge of competence or intelligence at all? Spoiler alert, no, it's not. Let's let that sink in, folks. Look at it. Apparently it put in an effort. Yeah, big effort.
But the majority of Plate Gang is people screaming at each other and calling each other pedophiles.
Oh,
right?
stop the presses, Brian.
The affiliations, right? You have people like Ghost of Niccolo, who's a fucking insane schizo.
Like
and
you.
I'm not saying schizo actually schizo. I'm saying it in the way that, you know, we call people a nutcase, okay? Eric the Ghost, right? Why was he ever on a stream? Why was he ever on a Godwinson stream?
Why were you ever on a Godwinson stream? It's a question I'm asking. What about you?
I feel like it's general fucking common knowledge at this point that Eric the Ghost is someone that we just have no reason ever to interact with. Is there ever a reason to interact with Eric the Ghost?
Is there ever a reason to interact with Elaine?
What interacting with Eric the Ghost would bring? Because as far as I'm aware, interactions with Eric, they're always the same. Eric gets drunk. He then goes fucking schizophrenic, and then like at a certain point, the other person just becomes so increasingly fucking bored of having to like pretend to be listening.
I mean, how she can say this about anyone else and not apply it to herself? Any conversation that has ever taken place with Elaine has the person on the other end of the line desperately trying to hang up at the nearest opportunity. Any conversation that this crazy bitch has always descends into deep fakes, Josh Moon, and I have several hundred mental illnesses that I can explain with nuanced medications as well. How is this bitch any different? It's because other people are receiving attention and not her. I mean, you did nothing. You did nothing with the attention you were given, Elaine. You did fuck all apart from do a starfish like a lunatic. But ultimately, you did absolutely nothing. Where was anything of value at all? So what we do is, as we've always done, as we've done for 11 years, what we do is we move on. We crown another sewer queen, and we forget all about you until we do the next promo on the next sewer queen, and we reel you off in a montage of prior sewer queens. You can stand up there with Juice's mum, Rand's wife, and in between Siege Thought and the Pinecone Girl. That's your mantle, and that's what you deserve.
That they just dip at a certain point. That is Eric, okay? There are a few people that we don't need to interact with.
Like you.
There is no fucking need to interact with some people. Blaine Ross, LimeWire Jess. Shaggy, what the fuck are you doing? Shaggy, what are you doing? If you're still alive right now, what are you doing? Blaine Ross isn't just a he might be a pedophile. Plate Gang said he was a pedophile. No. Blaine Ross had a bounty on his head by a Russian group of websites who he had posted child pornography on. It wasn't a situation in which someone had been like, oh, Blaine might be a pedo. No. The only reason a bounty was fucking posted was because the owner of one of these websites found out.
Does anyone not
his
think,
IP
who the
address
fuck are all
that
these
was posting
people that
all
this
the
bitch is
CP.
talking to every fucking minute
This
of the
isn't
day?
something that's like
Who gives a fuck about any of
happened
these
to Blaine
people?
because of all this
Are any of
history.
these people of note
Blaine
at
did
all?
that
No.
shit.
No, they're absolutely
Why
not.
is everyone just
But they
so
live in her
comfortable,
head.
also anti-pedophile?
She like
Let's
lives
just,
in
you know,
this.
let's just entertain
I
them on
genuinely
the street.
thought Terminally
Like,
Online
why
was a
is
meme,
anyone
but no, I see
entertaining
Terminally
like
Online
this?
here.
I like how Elena's streamed for a week and has figured out what Godwinson needs a host. So they're all fucking schizo. Like
you. You're one of them. I
People
see you in the same category as Shaggy, that Troon, Blaine Ross, whatever it's called, Eric the Ghost, and any of the other Discord faggots that you have around your presence. You are literally of the same category in my mind. The only thing different about you is that we can conveniently, at any point in time, look at your mega and see that you're doing degenerate, depraved exhibitionist acts. But ultimately, you are the same as all of them. In my mind, you are exactly the same. There is no difference.
LimeWire Jess, Ghost of Niccolo, Eric, Shaggy said himself to me, this is Shaggy's fucking word. Shaggy said to me, there are some people in this sector you just don't interact with. And we're not talking about people that have bad reputations or people that were called schizo like me. We're talking about people who are literally fucking off their nut. Who, when you get in VC with them, they start telling you about their, like, microwaving business. People who literally can't string a sentence together. Those people...
Like you. I mean, you can't string a sentence together. Nor can your friend Shaggy, nor can your friend Blaine Ross, nor can any of the fucking faggots that orbit you in Discord constantly. Forge Gang! It's literally all of you. It's one long, big, autistic mess. A sewer. I don't consider any single one of you worthy of any attention, really. I get you on the shows to laugh at you. That's why you're here. You're like summoned to the court as jesters for my amusement. That's the reality of things, Elaine.
That isn't fun, schizo. That's not fun insane. That isn't ha 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 ha, I'm crazy. That isn't me insane. That isn't the like, I had a scandal and I'm now like on my Joker arc insane. That is like just like fucking ear bleach. Like, who fucking needs to interact with those people? So why?
Bit rich, isn't it? I mean, how many people have said who needs to interact with this person? And what happens is the constant cycle. The constant cycle of the sewer queen. This is what happens every fucking time. The sewer queen gets like high off its own farts and starts dictating who can receive attention and who can't receive attention. They try and dictate the flow of the content. That's what they try and do. The sewer queen genuinely does try and steer the content of the show. Except the sewer queen is a dyslexic monk who can't write. If the sewer queen could write, then she could dictate the level of the content. But the sewer queen's writing would always extend to their personal vendettas against Juice Moon and mental illness and deepfakes and random Discord faggot number 9. People that no one gives a flying fuck about. Forge Gang!
I go onto fucking YouTube and I see Shaggy on a live stream with Blaine, and let's not fucking refer to Blaine with she, her.
You know, why are we not surprised that Shaggy is doing long live streams with Blaine Ross, pedophile Troon? Why are we not surprised? Genuinely, I am not surprised at all. What I am surprised about is apparently I have to stop the presses.
It isn't a she, her, it's a he, him, and it's the most fucking masculine he, him. Why is anyone looking at this person and not... You know, people have called me a troon more than they've called Blaine a troon. And Blaine has a fucking beard. Actually, that might be his self-own.
It is a cell phone.
I am just fucking saying.
And people are literally pointing to troons with facial hair, and going, that looks more like a woman than you. Maybe you should look in the mirror. Maybe you should reassess how much real effort you're putting into your appearance, Elaine.
To be like, oh, no, this is fine. Let's just pretend this person's a woman. Earlier, Godwinson used she/her pronouns for Blaine. Why?
I use she/her pronouns for you. Shall we just address you as sir? Is that how we should do this?
This person is not only
Shamoo!
which is kind of bad enough in itself, they're also a child molester. And this isn't like, this isn't just hasn't come from Plate Gang. This has come from hundreds of sites that he has spammed child porn on.
Stop the presses, folks.
So I guess
Person that Elaine has a long entanglement with, who was trying to who was in constant Discord calls with, and constant Discord servers with, has turned out to yet again be another pedophile groomer. Troon. Colour me shocked. How does she constantly find herself in these situations where they want to drink her blood? Why is she always friends with these troons that are drink? Why is it always the case? Colour me shocked, folks.
there goes my fucking hopeful assumption that DJ Axel was just pretending to...
Oh, it's a hopeful assumption that the Norwegian pedophile was just pretending. Her hopeful assumption. Just like it's always a hopeful assumption when she was friends with that troon bloke, that Blaine Ross. It was her hopeful assumption that he wasn't a pedophile, even though he was exposed as such long, long, long ago in a galaxy far, far away. How many fucking times do we have to labour under the, oh, it's just my assumption? How about you listen?
And now Shaggy's on stream with him. So I guess there goes my fucking hopeful assumption that DJ Axel was just pretending.
Nah, there you go. Those words damn you, you fucking cunt.
Bit no longer really holds much worth. I'm not gonna over-interact with chat, but I always have people come in here and they say stuff like, oh, why are you taking this seriously? Most people just want to have fun and laugh. Okay, that's you guys. But, like, most streamers, most people who are making content, we have to...
We? We? That's a rich we. That's a fucking rich we. You are not in the same category as I. You're not in the same category as anyone else who properly does streams in the sector. You are nothing. You are, and so you don't even have, you have no podium or platform of which to give a lecture on how to make content. We, the collective, get a grip.
People just want to have fun and laugh. Okay, that's you guys. But, like, most streamers, most people who are making content, we have to talk about things seriously. We have to be able to get mad at some shit. It's not entertaining for you guys if we're just sat there being like, ha 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 ha, none of this matters. I've never understood that. You should call into Shaggy's stream and expose it. Here's the thing. With people like LimeWire Jess, there's no point. Because for some reason you have just chomos who like, despite everyone knowing what they have done, despite there being, like, undeniable evidence and sometimes even, like, legal documents.
Yeah, like DJ Axel, the person you were just trying to give the benefit of the doubt. Isn't it funny that she befriends these pedophiles by giving them the benefit of the doubt? Like Blaine, like DJ Axel, like all of the other ones. And then suddenly, about 6 months after everyone else knows, she goes, oh, they're evil, they're chomos, they're evil pedophiles. And you wonder, why does she start to do this? Why does she fall out with, like, the people on the onion farms and Josh? What's it about? Is it a moral stance it's taking? No, it's not a moral stance it's taking. It's purely because they've had enough of her. They've banned her, or they've kicked her from a Discord call. And therefore, that sets her off. That sets her off. And then she just suddenly comes to the realization that they're all pedophiles. Well, Elaine, look at your own Discord server and who's in there now. I guarantee you, in about 6 months' time, if not sooner, every single one of those people you're saying everything to on those Discord calls, you'll all be calling pedophiles as well. Guarantee you. Because you'd be kicked from your own Discord, I imagine.
Will still cope for them.
You did all of these stupid things. You are a stupid person.
All this stuff and I just explained. I'm not saying. Okay, I get it. Like, I get being okay with the majority of shit. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not sat here being like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this should be cancelled. I am just saying that, like, I draw the line at child molesters and sexual abuse. Like, I feel like that's fair enough, right? I don't.
That is fair enough, Elaine. That's absolutely fair enough. That's something we can all get behind. So why are all your friends child molesters? And why are all your ex-friends child molesters as well? Why does that seem to be the recurring pattern? Going off your words. Anyone you fall out with has groomed you in some way. Anything you're kicked from means that they're a pedophile in some way. Why is it never your fault at all that you're interacting with these pedophiles in the first place?
I think that I have basically zero morals apart from that.
I know that.
Like, my only free morals on the internet, fuck zoo sadists, fuck chomos, fuck sexual abusers or sex pests.
Fuck zoo sadists, fuck pedophiles, fuck sex pests. Meanwhile, it's trying to give Norwegian pedophile TJ Axel the benefit of the doubt. Give me a fucking break.
That's literally it. Like, I don't care about anything else people do. Thank you. We need to sit down with you. We've been listening to the plate, Spix, Zoom, and Roxo too much. Yeah, the reason I thought I'd do this is because I just fucking couldn't hold back. Because the whole thing was just fucking cancer. Like, it was entertaining cancer, but, like, a shit is still a shit, even if you put glitter on it, you know?
Yeah, and an Elaine is still an Elaine, even if you put cat ears on it.
Now, the other thing that I want to ask is, why has everyone tried to turn into Chris Hansen? Where did this come from? Why is everyone suddenly a fucking catchapredator.com? I have heard some huge fucking, some huge fucking stretches over the past 2 weeks that just, let's talk about reality as an example. People tripped out because I sent him the link.
We're going to do something that'll piss Elaine off. We're going to cut her off and finish this. So she's going to go in there into a screed about this 14-year-old boy that hacked Josh Moon, that she decided to not only get in touch with, maintain a conversation with instead of blocking him, and link him to the forum that hosts her, this mega of all of this pornography it's made. Why is everyone Chris Hansen? Well, no one is really Chris Hansen, to be honest. Because it's not the case that when we fall out with people in the sector, we call them pedophiles. That's literally not what happens. It only happens really with you, Elaine. Anyone that you've ever crossed as a groomer, pedophile, harasser, whatever the fuck you want to call it, you're just a big fucking joke. Mentally ill. And let's be honest, you're not even that attractive. Every time I see you, you get worse. You actually look like a skank. A sket. some kind of horrible, nasty bitch. So, it's last words on Elaine. A great relief for the audience. A lot of us are saying bye-bye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Because we've had enough. It was all alright, you know. Oh, there she is, doxing all her friends on Facebook. Oh, it was all great. Oh, there she is, starfishing and being a lunatic for our amusement. There she is being a complete psychopathic cunt online for our amusement. But when you try and dictate what I can do and the content that I make and how I should do it and whom I should and shouldn't have on a call to call in to the show, how we should let you just run the show, how we should let you go for 3 hours talking about Josh Moon and your sexual desires for a fat, neat pedophile. I think we're good. So, bye-bye, Elaine. Bye-bye. Your reign, it won't be remembered. It'll be a real footnote. Unless you do anything of worth, and that anything of worth will be flying out in fucking wrath. Because that's the way you're ending up. You're a crazy lunatic bitch. And you can take everything else with you. You can take all your sewer rats with you. Because even this sewer, it ain't filthy enough for your ass. And you better believe we've all seen it. Wipe. Shave. Get some dignity. I look at the Pinecone girl, and that Pinecone girl looks like a saint compared to Elaine. Looks like some fucking Vestal Virgin next to Elaine. So, here's your cards on the table, Elaine. The chips are out in front of you. Your P45's in the post. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. And trust me, your name won't ever be crossing my mouth again. It's done. Rest in piss. S to spit, folks. S to spit. Let's let her out. Let her out in style. You have been shit. You have been the worst of all of the sewer queens. Literally the worst. I can't think of a worse one, really. All you've done is brought with you lots and lots of allegations, lots and lots of spuriousness, and lots of people who want to drink your blood, who have, by your own measures, great wealth of evidence of you being a female pedophile online. Of you being a psycho cunt online. And perhaps most damning of all, of you being a mentally ill bitch that wants to fuck Josh Moon. Let that sink in. You are done. Farewell. We've had some great shows, literally mocking you to ad infinitum. We have literally enjoyed putting you up there on the cross as a spectacle for us all to laugh at. And the real reason we did it was so that anyone else watching this would go, I ain't gonna do what that stupid bitch did. I'm a humanitarian at heart. And if there are any other women in the sector, and they watch this, which they do, they see you and they go, that's the line I'm not going to cross. So you've fulfilled your purpose as a cautionary tale. Elaine Gertler Miller, whatever the fuck your name is, Anastasia or some weird Russian shit. By the way, doesn't speak a word of Russian. Complete lunatic head case. Complete Fruit Loop. Elaine, you pissed yourself. You carved Josh Moon's name into your legs with a razor blade. You bent over and spread your cheeks and showed us all you've got a weird, blown-out, snatching ass. And you don't wipe. You are vile. A disgusting cretin with no intelligence whatsoever to realise that you should accept responsibility for your own actions. Sign of an intelligent person is someone who owns up and goes, I did that. And I'll move on with it. I'll roll with the punches. That's the sign of an intelligent person. Sign of a crazy person is to constantly say they're deepfakes when they're proven not to be deepfakes. We've got you on tape, on camera, saying they're not deepfakes. Then to continue saying they're deepfakes every time they're brought up. Then to reframe the issue and say that you're a victim of all the evils in the world. Well, you can carry on being a victim of all the evils in the world. Bye-bye, bitch. Farewell. So...
What if you could do SEO smarter and faster?
I'm going to let this advert play, and we're going to move into the next hour of this show, because it's going to get wild, folks. It's big tech time. It's big faggot time. And I'm so hyped for this, and then we're going to move on to the puppet. We're going to move on to drinking the puppet's blood. So bear with me.
Skip the cow.
Oh, no. All right. So, the timestamp, if you want to skip ahead and skip that previous segment, which I imagine a lot of the people on the video on demand will do. The timestamp is 57 minutes. Let's go. So if you don't know, you should know. It's big tech. It's big tech. The real Mark Lowry, aka Big Faggot. Ralph went full ham last night and decided to drink the man's blood. There's the wife and the... I mean, it's tough, eh? It's fucking tough. Real hello daddy. Big Tech's family is literally living with someone of a different race. Calling them daddy. Tough. Ralph says, they thought I was playing around, huh? Romance of the... This media is too big, apparently. Romance of the century? I guess Mike Lowry, Big Tech, shouldn't have gone full Mike Tyson on a bitch. Manny Pacquiao getting it in. It's Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao went off with the wife. But what does Ralph mean? What? I'm going to elaborate, and I'm going to let you all in on a few things about Big Tech. Alright, so I have my cues here. This, where is he? Where is the big faggot? Okay, so it's Big Tech, look. There he is. Big faggot. What an entertaining presence online.
Pierre said that, yeah, he has. I don't believe. Fuentes told me that, and that's a big reason why he doesn't want to debate him, because that comes down to identity politics. If you believe in Israel, and if
Bro, Nick is one of the biggest identity politics people in the world. What do you mean?
How? What, Christianity?
White nationalism? What do you mean? He talks about race.
He's not a white nationalist, Destiny. He's a Christian nationalist.
One of the biggest points that he debates is the fundamental changing.
And that's pretty much every Big Tech stream, quite frankly. They're all like that. They're all shit. Some smug bug man in a beanie, huffing his own farts. I don't know either. It's genuinely lost on me. But at one point in time, he was on Cozy TV. before he snaked, and he was Ralph's co-host before he snaked. And as ever with all of these snakes, it was probably best to stay where you were. Because when you defect to the other side, or try to defect to the other side, sure, in the past they might have welcomed you with open arms and had you on a show where you could grift super chats together and hold hands with Gator and Fagmenko. But now, war has changed. The rules of the game, they have changed. And actually, they're back to normal. The status quo is back. Because now when you snake, big tech, you get this. Once more, these are the consequences of your actions. So, with the information that Ralph gave us last night, the sector's scientists, it was in the laboratory all night, white lab coat syndrome style. They were working on this. What is Big? Where's he living? Well, Big Tech lives here. In a trailer, like. I mean, this is poverty, folks. I didn't even know people beyond the 15th century still lived like this. But they do. And they call themselves Big Faggot. Mike Lowry, this is your home. I mean, come on, folks. Give me a break. But let's not let the sun go down on Big Faggot just yet. Who wants to see Mike Lowry's rap sheet? Let's unpack this one, shall we? It's Mike Lowry's rap sheet. Let's look at the charges filed. Charges filed: willful cruelty to a child. Offence description: willful cruelty to a child. Criminal, Superior Court. Beat your own kids, Mike? Brutalised your own kids, Mike? What a big man Big Faggot is. What a big man Big Faggot is.
The character of the United States after the 1965 hunting union.
Debates. What nationalism? Are you serious?
You know what, Big Faggot? Let's go. Let's go. I'm not a little kid you can brutalise. I'm not your own flesh and blood that can't stand up to you. You are one evil, evil piece of shit. And there should have been no haven for you even slightly over there, but there certainly won't be one for you here. You're going to be allowed to brutalise your own children, have them taken away from you, have them living with Manny Pacquiao. Have your wife completely fuck off. I had that lined up, but I wanted to get into the promo. But, sorry, Mike! My rifle is imminent. And it is fitting, really, that your home in real life is something that even prisoners don't live in. Even Coach is living in finer conditions as in his hovel in Ukraine. In that literal gulag they've thrown him in Ukraine. Than you are right now. That is an apt home for you. A kid brutalizing piece of shit. And now that you have no home, you've got no cozy home left. And they've said bye-bye to your ass. They've said farewell. Snake Judas Big Faggot. There'll be no home here. You better believe it. Sorry, Ma! Go on, Mike. Go on, Mike. Join your mate over there. Join your old pal Shannon Gaines. Join the League of Judases, where you really belong. Off you go. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. All I can say, quite frankly, is thank God we no longer have to even suffer the presence of Big Faggot. I'm glad he's been swept off the other side, and I'm glad we no longer even have to cover him tangentially. Because he's been on a stream with any of the other... Like, it's done. We're saying goodbye to lots and lots of things tonight. Lots of irrelevant speds, lots of brutalizers of children, lots of just faggots in general. It's a cathartic moment. It's sort of a clear out before we move significantly onto the next arc. And it's great. It's truly wonderful, isn't it? So, our next one, and i.e. this. So, if you don't know, you should know. Once upon a time, a girl called Faith Vickers flew across her own country to not only live with, but also get impregnated by a man called Ethan Rath. She planned the pregnancy. We know this because we've all read her diary. Not only that, but she was in love with Ethan Rath. She was calling him here Aquavita, her source of life. She was playing Kingdom Hearts and shit, and getting institutionalized at hospitals and still checking herself out so she could be with her Aquavita. But obviously what happened, folks, she got knocked up, realised what she'd done, and decided to go all the way back to where her parents were in Cali. Now, her parents, while she was living with Ethan Rath, they were going full wacko. They were doing interviews with the A-Locks. They were posting on forums dedicated to the A-Locks. They were running websites with full timelines on everything that Faith Vickers has done embarrassing in her life. It was great parenting on show, folks. Really great parenting. And what's been superb parenting is the continuance of all this. Is the fact that once they had her back and once the kid was born, they didn't just go, oh, now we're going to be grandparents. Now we're actually going to look after our family and not invite the ire of all the wackos and the crazies. Now we're not going to just continue this war because now there's a kid involved. No, instead what they did something genuinely unhinged. They decided to make a show called The Good, the Bad and the Vicious. They decided to bankroll shows that were inciting violence against the father of their own grandson. They were like hanging up bloodied shirts as totems with the father's blood on it. They were then mounting frivolous lawsuit after frivolous lawsuit on people like the Daimo, Dead Man, and any other no-name faggot that we can't remember. It was a wild, wild, wild voyage. But what happened last Thursday was that they stepped into a courtroom and they had nothing. And the judge said, case dismissed. And Ethan Ralph, with blue hair, walked out of the... Ethan Ralph, drunk, with blue hair, in the courtroom, walked out a free man. And ever since then, the Vickers hype train that had been propped up by people, esteemed people like the Anus Man and Gator. Ever since then, the Vickers hype train has really come off the rails, folks. It really has just been a long, deep dive off the edge of a cliff. And it couldn't have happened to nicer people, could it? Couldn't have happened to nicer people. Now that no one believes them, they've been shown for just being liars, people with nothing. And the reality is that all they are is this. So this is Mr. Vickers on his show that has dwindled to to a live viewership of 20 viewers now, because no one gives a fuck about him anymore, because he's been exposed as a fraud and a charlatan. So this is Mr. Vickers and the Anus Man and a rare Gator dressed as Mr. Vickers with the piss stain, with Christorian X and Vickers himself. So this is what happened as of like last night or something, but let's hear this.
Giant black dick joke. God, Akiba. You fucking racist.
That is a bad motherfucker right there, but no.
No,
it's
it's
Carol
no.
Pulp Fiction, Samuel L. Jackson.
No.
Kangle hat, wearing big dick lightsaber. Yes, he's black.
No, it's because you can't just accept the truth, especially in
Mr. Vickers talking.
Japanese dick versus a black dick. Oh my God!
You can have such large penis.
It's so time for me to stop this stream, but I'm not gonna.
Please tell me more about your knowledge of Japanese versus African American dicks. I'm very curious.
One's small, one's big, but I likes to lick them both the same. Okay, I'm gay. That's for
Mr. Vickers talking,
anybody
by the
wants
way.
to clip that. Vickers is gay, and he likes yellow dick as much as black dick.
Oh, we've clipped it, Mr. Vickers. Oh, we've clipped it.
You can clearly see he says he's gay. He says he's gay. He says he likes to lick the wiener. That'll be on the So Shaggy's timeline tomorrow.
Listen, you got...
That was the voice of the grandfather of Ethan Ralph's son. That was the voice of a man who for the past 3 years now has been telling us that that child is safer with him and his family than it is with Ralph or anyone else. That is the voice of a man who is
giant black though.
who has the words giant black dick just ruminating in his mind at any and all points, to the point where he can spontaneously go on a weird trip, fantasy trip, down memory lane, I assume, and give his assessment on which one he'd like to lick. Not only that, but he also declares that he's a big gay as well. I mean, it was all going so well for the Vickers, I assume, at some point. Wasn't it? Probably when they were minting the coins for Juice during the Kiwi Farms scam. In return for the Gunt sub forum, I'll mint your coins, Juice. But did you ever anticipate we'd get exactly to this point, ladies and gentlemen? Did you ever? I mean, I genuinely thought so the whole time. Because Vickers is essentially Gator, is essentially Anus Man, is essentially what Chris Joy X does. They're all the same phenotype. They are all the same phenotype, folks. Every single one of them are the same. They're all fat losers. And Vickers is the king of the fat losers. To the point where he's like a moth to a flame. For the Gators and the AF Stream Watches and the...
That's a bad motherfucker right there, but no.
Just listen to him.
No. Pulp Fiction, Samuel L. Jackson. No. Kangle hat, wearing big dick lightsaber. Yes, he's black.
No, it's because you can't just accept the truth, especially a Japanese dick versus a black dick. Oh my God!
You can have such a large penis.
It is so time for me to stop this stream, but I'm not gonna.
Please tell me more about your knowledge of Japanese versus African American dicks. I'm very curious.
One's small, one's big, but I likes to lick them both the same. Okay.
He likes to lick them both the same. He likes to lick them both the same. I rest my case, Your Honor. I rest my case, Your Honor. He likes to lick them both the same.
Okay, I'm gay. That's for the... Anybody wants to clip that? Vickers is gay and he likes yellow dick as much as black dick. No.
In Exhibit Z, you can clearly see he says he's gay. He says he's gay. He says he likes to lick the wiener. That'll be on the So Shaggy's timeline tomorrow.
Listen, you got...
That's someone's granddad. Can you imagine your granddad saying those words? Your granddad saying stuff like... He likes to lick them both the same.
Japanese versus African American dicks. I'm very curious.
One's small, one's big, but I likes to lick them both the same. Okay, I'm gay. That's for the...
It's your granddad saying that. I feel really sorry for these kids. Like, genuinely. I feel sorry for... I mean, we know that Vickers' 18-year-old lad is literally fucked off. And he ain't in that. I mean, from what they're saying, he's spending as much time out of the house as he possibly can. It's not really great for him. We know what happened to Faith when she came of age. She literally got impregnated by Ethan Ralph halfway across the country. I don't think this man is in any way, shape, or form a good role model, do you? I think he's genuinely, like, kind of fucking fucked in the head. Especially from his own behaviour. So, we now move on to our last segment, which is... Where are we? Okay. Yeah, I think we can do this before the 90 minutes round out. So, bear with me. And I need... Where is the song? Where did I have it lined up? Where is it? I've lost my musical cue. Okay. Right. Yes. Wonderful. This segment on the 80th minute. Long-time viewer has been wanting this for a long, long time. It's the Arlo promo. We're cutting a promo on a puppet. On a puppet. Has the bottom of the barrel been scraped? Not quite. Not quite. But it's time. It's time. But you know what? Do I have justice to do this in like 10 minutes? Because I want to get this done before midnight. Do I do the Arlo promo in 10 minutes? or do I just do the full show on Arlo? The full 2 hours on Arlo. Warts and all. We're getting into everything. I've been talking to like another community that has been A-logging Arlo for like 5 years. They've got everything regarding this man. Everything you could possibly imagine. And his highest crime is that he reviewed a first-party Nintendo game with "it was kinda okay." And that's what tilted these faggots to drink his blood until the end of time. Because his role in this world is to say that every first-party Nintendo release is a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10 piece of brilliance, a magnum opus of our times. But because he did, I think it was Pokemon or something that he said he wasn't happy with, but it was still okay and buy it anyway. That prompted them all to drink his blood, dox him, dox everything he's ever done in life, hand me his full CV, social security, anything you could possibly imagine. So, yeah, I'm going to make an executive decision, and in about... what have I got? So, on Sunday at 6 p.m. GMT, it's the next show, and we're cutting the promo on the puppet. I'm so hyped. I've got so much, and I can't do it justice in 10 minutes, unfortunately. Yeah. Arlo. It's Zulu time. But I'm glad we got to say goodbye. We got to say farewell to a lot of the trash that we've acquired of late. Bye to Mr. Vickers. Bye to Big Tech. Farewell. You won't be missed. Juice!